Hello and welcome. My name is Peter, and I'm here to do a stay at home guitar class for you on the song Give a Little Bit. Why this song? Why not this song? It's a great tune, it's a great message. Good time to try it. Lots of interesting, iconic acoustic guitar stuff in this tune, so grab your guitar, download the PDF. You'll see it in the description box below because you're going to need it. All right, here we go. First thing is not to let any of the chord symbols scare you off. They're much easier than they look. We just had to give them a name, so don't fret. Okay, for the introduction, we're going to start with that A7, right in the second fret, D, G, Now's a good time to explain when you see chord symbols on my chord charts and slashes, the chord symbol in each slash is a beat. So it's chord, slash, slash, chord, chord, slash, slash, chord, chord, slash, slash, chord, chord, slash, slash. So it's a good idea to keep your foot tapping with the chord, slash, slash, chord, chord. That way you stay in time. Back to the introduction, we're going to start with this sweeping da-da-da, And very often in this song, you can recognize the pattern that Roger Hodgson, the composer, lead singer, and guitarist, you find a lot of this strum, 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 strum. So if you stick to that pattern for the majority of the song, you're going to be good. So make that your consistent pattern throughout the entire song. One more time in the introduction, I'm going to count the three. A7 is on the fourth count, and then we are going to play the first four lines called the intro. 1, 2, 3. And that takes you to the end of the introduction, but it also takes you to the end of the first four lines of the verse, which is up on the screen now. So we're going to play through the verse, and I'm going to stop at that G chord at the end of the verse and explain what happens from the B minor forward. Here is verse 1. So at the B minor section, give yourself a little bit more da 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 da, that kind of feel. I like to think of the city name Vancouver. Vancouver, 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 Vancouver helps the guitarist strum more rhythmically accurate. B minor, E suspended, let's talk about that whole section. This is the last three lines of verse 1. We have B minor, E sus, E suspended, pinky in on the third string of an E major chord, E suspended. Suspended, by the way, means to take the third of the chord, which in an E chord is G sharp, which is this finger right here, and you're suspending it to the fourth note above E. E, F, G, A. So the G is the normal one. It's a G sharp, and then above that is an A. E, F, G, A. And we're suspending that A just for a moment, and then we're dropping it back down. So you have So let's take it from B minor again. E suspended. G major. Now you have this crazy, crazy sounding chord. A7 suspended plus 6, or with an added sixth. Well, just trust me for now. In another video, we'll talk about why chords are labeled that way. But for now, to get through the song, put a C chord in place, a regular C chord. Now slide that C chord up to the 3rd fret. Strum the bottom 5 strings. Now take your ring finger off so that your A string is open. That is an A7 suspended with an added sixth. If you really want to know why that is, send me a message via email and I'll explain it to you. But I won't take time in this video for now. And then A7 comes after that. Back to the A7 suspended with an added sixth. And then an A7 in the 5th fret. Notice the bracket behind the A7. There's your A7. And it's in the 5th fret. Bottom 5 strings. So you have this. And keep that Vancouver style rhythm going. Now let's do the whole verse 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now bear in mind that verse 1 and verse 2 are absolutely identical. So you've just covered 2 verses so far. Congratulations. All right, let's talk about the saxophone solo section. F minor, 2nd fret to B minor. F minor again to B minor. F minor again. This time to G. C to G, you can use that one. So we're going to use that Vancouver style rhythm again. F sharp minor, 2, 3, 4. G major, C. Good. Now taking the pressure off the F sharp minor, you're releasing the pressure on the upstroke, or on the 2nd downstroke, sorry. You're releasing the pressure on the 2nd downstroke. So here it is up tempo. Back to F sharp minor, G major, C to G. And that takes you to the first part of the saxophone solo section. The next section I'm going to call the climb, number 1. There are a couple of climbs where we start moving chords up the fretboard. So the climb number 1 is going to be the A7, then your A7 suspended added 6th, A7 in the 5th fret, A7 in the 7th fret, and then we repeat that. Fifth, the third time. And that's the end of the saxophone solo. So let's try it up speed. We end up on a D major chord after that. The important thing about climb number 1 when you're playing A7 all the way up is to keep those open strings open sounding. Bear in mind that Roger Hodgson uses a 12-string guitar, so it does sound a little bit different, but most of us play on a 6-string, so we make the alterations when we need to. Okay, verse number 3 is similar to verse number 1 and 2, except there is a change on the third section where the B minor moves to an E sus to an E to a G chord, then to a C and G chord. So we're going to try just verse 3 right now. Again, strum, 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 strum. Remember that pattern. 1, 2, verse 3. Second time. Third time. Okay, for one of the most iconic acoustic guitar moments in history is climb number 2. Climb number 2 is to be played 4 times. 4 times completely through the section that you see printed here. So what we have here is D major. Then you'll see a D with a bracket 7th. Slide that D up to the 7th fret so that your index and middle finger are in the 7th fret. Still in the bottom 4 strings. Then you see D 9th fret. Back to 7th. Back to D major. So we're going to hit a single stroke on the D. 7th fret, down, up, down. 9th, down, up, down. 7th once, back to D, down, up, down. A little quicker. Again. The 7th fret D on the way down, pardon me, is an upstroke. Sounds much better that way. So that's what we call climb number 2. So we're going to come off of the last 2 lines. So that's what we call climb number 2. When I play climb number 2, I tend to fill out the strumming a bit more just to make the guitar sound more full. But the emphasis is on the 1, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I try to emphasize those, but I fill in the space with some additional strumming. Here's what I mean. 2, 3, 4. Especially if you're playing solo acoustic guitar, you need to fill in that space, so feel free to strum those extra beats. So the next section starts with the G sus over D. Index finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Pinky or ring finger, matters not. Pinky or ring finger, for me it's pinky, feels more comfortable. On the bottom string, 1st string, 3rd fret. Strum the bottom 4 strings. The The next chord is a G, but we're going to be using the bottom 2 strings, 3rd fret, and bottom 4 strings again, because it's over a D string. Anything over a D is open D string becomes your lowest note. So you go from that, G sus over D, G over D, to D. Try it. And it's kind of like a... And occasionally Roger Hodgson will do this little suspended thing with the pinky. You'll notice the pinky right here is going on, off, with the strum. So we'll start with the G sus again. G over D. Here it is again. And again. So let's do that whole climb segment. So we're starting D, 7th fret, 9th fret, 7th fret, back to the original D, G suspended over D, G over D, D with the... Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. So here's the tag. The tag is the same 2 lines from the end of the climb number 2, played twice. So here's the tag. Pretty simple. Okay, now we're at the very end. The very end, we have a regular C chord, E minor, A minor 7, which is an A minor with the ring finger, 3rd finger taken off, played from the 5th string down, G over B. So instead of a regular G chord, you're not playing from the 6th string, you're playing from the 5th. Instead of playing from the 6th string, you're playing from the 5th. So A minor 7, G over B, A7, D. So here's the end again. C, 2, 3, 4, E minor, A minor 7. So the interesting thing is the very last 3 lines, starting with D, D in the 7th position, D in the 9th, D in the 7th, back to original D, and then D14. They're all D major chords. D in the original position, D in the 7th, D in the 9th, D in the 14th means find that same spot above your double dots, which is right here. Double dots. That's just like this thing here called the nut on the guitar. So nut, fret, fret. D is in that 2nd fret. So nut, fret, fret. D major chord. Find the double dots, add a fret, and then make a D major chord in the very next fret. That's called your 14th fret. So now here are your last 3 lines. D, D in the 7th position, D in the 9th position, D in the 7th position, back to the original D chord, and then we're going to strum a D in the 14th position, as mentioned earlier. Okay, here we go. And that's give a little bit section by section. Remember to take it slow, get the correct fingering positions for all of your A7th chords, get the correct D position for all of your D major chords for those two climbs, climb number 1 and climb number 2. You will thank me for it. Okay, so this is give a little bit being played straight through. So I'm going to focus on the chart, play along with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Verse 1. E minor. Verse 2. E minor. F sharp minor saxophone. G major. Climb 1. Second time. Verse 3. B minor. G major. A7. Second time. Climb number 2. Second time. Third time. Fourth time. Tag. Ending. See you on the next stay-at-home guitar class.